Definitely. Hang on, I've got an itch. I'm not trying to break my arm, really. And to be really honest, I don't, as much of an anime fan as I am, I don't carry manga with me everywhere I go now. I don't organize viewings of animes at my house anymore. I'm surrounded by anime 24/7. So I get my fix. Definitely, I get my fix. And so my time off, I spend listening to drum and bass music and watching skate videos and things that I don't get to do normally. And what shows I do watch are the shows my friends are in, like Johnny Bosch or Stephanie Shea or even my brother or whatnot. But I spend time doing those things and enjoying other people's work. It's really hard. I'll tell you, the show that I love the most that I can't enjoy watching is Beck, because the character sounds just like me. And so, like, it's weird to watch it, because I'm like, I'm about to sing, and I leave the room every time my character sings, and my friends are like, you're ridiculous. And the only show I can enjoy is Negima, because it does not sound like me. And so I'm like, and I'll even catch myself like, he's so cute, and it has no connection to me whatsoever. Like, I don't think it's anything like it. But I have to separate myself from work sometimes, and that includes manga. So, but I do have quite a big collection. I'm so bad at picking you.
On the note of Beck, what's your favorite Beck song?
Oh, no doubt, Slip Out. Slip Out is my favorite song on the show. And the sad thing is, we recorded all of the music to be released as an album, but it can never happen. Like, even though it's finished and we've all heard it, we can never release it because the royalties, well, two reasons. And one, Funimation would never say this, but the main reasons is the royalties and the amount of money it costs to produce it. It's a lot of money to put this album out, even though it's already recorded. The other problem is, the minute we put this album out, let's say we put it out, some little scumbag would upload it to the internet, and then everybody would just download it for free. So why do it? Why spend that money? That's why on the DVDs they did the music videos. And they used the recorded tracks that we were going to use for the CD for the music videos. And that was the special thank you for buying the DVDs. So you can imagine how mad I was when they were put up on YouTube immediately. Because that was never meant for free. That was meant for loyal fans of the show. The coolest thing about Beck to me is that y'all got to see it free in Canada before it was even released in the States. And that's cool because somebody was like, why do you think that's cool? I was like, well, because Canada should get something first. Like the serious thing. And not that I'm like, oh, F the States. I'm not saying that. The States get plenty of stuff first, and England gets tons of stuff first. And why not? Like, why would anybody be mad? So well, I can't believe it's out in Canada. I'm like, why? They had a TV station that was like, yeah, let's do it. We couldn't get MTV to agree to that in the States, so why not do it in Canada? Like, I thought it was awesome that it was on TV here. The funny thing is, it was the very clean version of Beck, so it's funny to go back and watch the show if you've seen the Much Music version, to see the DVD version is very different. But the coolest thing, somebody gave me a Page doll that actually says a-hole. And it's really cool. You squeeze it and it actually makes the sound, yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. When you were voicing Beck, what was your favorite part to voice, like as in scene-wise? Like, was there a specific scene you loved absolutely?
Yeah, there is, but it wasn't fun to record. It's only special to me because one of my really close friends plays my best friend in the show, Johnny Bosch, who's a very, very good friend of mine. Yeah, he's a phenomenal voice actor. But they cast Johnny and I opposite each other because we do have a weird chemistry between us. We're like, the way Chris Bevins described it, he's like, you guys are such dudes. He's like, y'all get all excited when you find out the other's gonna be somewhere, and then when you see each other, you're like, hey, what's up? Like, nonchalant about it. So, I love Johnny to death, but they didn't tell me about the scene that Saku and Koyuki have out in the snow, where Saku basically says, see ya. And even though it works itself out, like, it was a really hard scene to get through without crying, because it's like, that's his best friend, and it's like, I'm gonna go do my own thing, see you later, But when I watch the final version of it, that scene just kills me every time I see it.
Yeah.
That scene and when he gets pulled on stage during the dying breed show, just because you feel so sorry for him. Like, it's like, oh my god. So, but there's so much about that show that I love. I just think it's a wonderful show in general. I'm going to go over there and then back here. Yes. You're pointing at your face. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, and so I tore the whole butt out of my pants. And at the time, I worked in a law firm. So I was wearing like slacks, like really nice work slacks. And I had to go home before I could come to work because I tore the whole back out of the pants. What happened, I was doing a fight scene and I had my hands in my pockets in fists so I wouldn't, swing. And I jumped, and because my hands were in the bottoms of my pockets, I jumped and it just tore the whole back seam, just totally tore. And I was like, Steven, he's like, what? I was like, I just tore the whole ASS out of my pants. He's like, I didn't spell it. And he goes, so did it affect your voice? And I was like, no, but I have a huge hole in my pants. He goes, well, you can change when you're done. So I recorded the rest of that session with like no back in my pants. It was really funny. So
Nice.
Yes, I mean, my favorite snack or candy of all time is cheese. Of all time. I'd love to say it's some Japanese snack, but that would be a lie. I love cheese. And I was treated to poutine when I got here, and now I have a new favorite snack. Because that's French fries, gravy, and cheese. Those three things love each other. They really do. They have a very close relationship. So, yes, you've been waiting very patiently. There's a bunch of them, but I would say Koyuki and Beck, Koyuki and Chrono are, I think, the two characters I'm connected to the most. Everybody's like, what about Oran, or what about this? There's very few shows that when you get to the end of it, like when you get to the end of a show, one, you don't see the end of the show, you see the end of your character's performance. Luckily, in both of those shows, I was one of the main characters, so I saw the whole show, which was nice. But a lot of shows when we finished, we're like, okay, well, what am I going to work on next? Because we're actors, we're looking for work. Both of those shows, and another show, Simmer 7, when I finished those three shows specifically, I was really proud, to have been a part of it, of any part of it. It was such an incredible story, and the animation was beautiful, and the music was beautiful, and the rest of the cast was amazing, and it just made me feel like I was a part of something great, like really great. And I don't overemphasize what I do. I don't think voice actors are a big deal or anything like that, but just to be a part of something awesome. It's like being in a really great band, and having one great song. That's how I felt after those three shows. And the thing I love the most about Beck is it continues to inspire people. People say, I watched that show, I just had somebody tell me that today, that it made me want to go back into school and learn sound engineering. I've had kids write to me I just learned to pick up the guitar and I'm teaching myself to play. The coolest thing is the little kid that was kind of my inspiration for making that character very realistic, because I don't, this is going to be an unpopular answer, but those of y'all that know me would not know this is untrue. I don't watch illegal downloads. I don't watch things ahead of time, so I had no frame of reference for Koyuki other than what I was seeing in front of me. But I did know a little 14-year-old kid who was teaching himself how to play the guitar, and who really didn't care what anybody thought about it. He was going to be a rock and roller. That was his, and so he was kind of my inspiration for that kid. He was like this just kind of nice kid that just wasn't going to give up, and was like, okay, well, I know I can't play the guitar, I'm going to keep practicing, And the cool thing is now, when this band, the Voices for Peace, or Voices for, the band that we do these concerts, he actually comes up on stage and plays Slip Out with us, and he plays the solo like a mofo. He's right through it.